Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy FOMC day. Should be an interesting morning, that is for sure. Please say what's up if you're out there. Let's get this thing going. Morning, Grandpa. Roger, how are we doing today, man? Well, the structure today, definitely trading range. This should be really obvious to see. Yesterday's structure was really tricky. Man, very difficult day yesterday. Not even a lot of setups in hindsight. This at least looks like a structure that we can deal with. So far, nice consistent lows, consistent highs. Morning, Hamish. Yo, Quivando. Good morning. If we can somehow meander our way down to the bottom of the range here, this should set up a nice trading opportunity. This move down already has a break and new low. We'll see if it can make another leg all the way down, which would pretty much be a measured move. Might also bounce here. We definitely not want to see that. Really hoping for a consistent range at least. If it's going to range, let's be consistent with it, right? The Nasdaq is at the bottom of its range. And bouncing so far. Well, I hope you guys got through yesterday unscathed. It was pretty bad as far as setups go. Even in hindsight, really did not see much that I would have wanted to take. I personally didn't take any trades all day. There was a couple setups if you were really on top of things and, you know, or playing a little bit more aggressively. But nothing really super high probability. And yeah, I agree, Hamish. I mean, dead till the Fed is a saying for a reason. So I would imagine we would just chop around, probably not make too much of a trend. Although last time I said that, and that's what happened. I don't know if you guys remember that last FOMC meeting. There was actually a trend leading up to it, which is pretty crazy. But even if there's not, as long as the range is consistent, we should have some nice plays ahead of us. Welcome all who are joining. Starting to trickle in on this beautiful FOMC day. Wow, from Paris, right on. Marshall MMA, welcome. Are you doing some fighting over there? Some training? That username, I would imagine that's probably what you do. Nasdaq still holding the bottom of its range quite well. Looks like it could go like one more candle lower, so I'd really like to see us make it all the way to the bottom. Maybe we'll get a second leg here. I'm going to certainly be disappointed if we get to the top of the range at this point. Like, come on, man. We got all this support down here. Let's go test that, you know? Hey, bad vibes. What's up? Yeah, Quavando, not a bad idea to go to 5-minute charts. I will say, you know, if you're trading these price action strategies, I would recommend a tick chart. So maybe you could go to the 10,000 tick chart, which is oftentimes similar to the 5-minute chart, but it'll give you a little bit more detailed information. Interesting. This looks less of a range on the 10,000 tick, more like the possibility of a bullish move here. Holding the EMA so far. I have no idea, Quavando, if TradingView and Tradeovate have tick charts. I'm not sure. I am not really super familiar with those platforms. TradingView does not. Okay, well there you go. Like how this candle's forming so far. Maybe we can get one more push to a new low. Get below that 100 EMA. Hey, Grateful American. Most days I do take a trade, actually. It's pretty rare that I won't trade the entire day. I'm only streaming, you know, for the first 2 hours, and unfortunately lately there's been kind of a dry spell for that time frame, but I usually always take a trade at some point. Yesterday was just kind of one of those rare days where really nothing was setting up. Yeah, I take a trade once I'm done drawing happy clouds. I use the Apex trade copier. Hey Alexander, good morning. Not primary yet. I also have a day job, if you will. But yeah, juggling both at the moment. I'm an underwater basket weaver, Wavondo. I'm just kidding. Trader Joe's, yeah. I'm a courtesy clerk at Trader Joe's. Yeah, actually, I'm in sales in the education space. No big deal. We've made like 2 candles in the last 20 minutes. It's gonna be one of those days, folks. $10K chart's gonna have like 5 bars at the end of the day. Hey, good morning, Pete. Yeah, some days there's some decent setups before FOMC. We'll have to cross our fingers and hope this morning. Kind of going sideways here, holding that EMA. Again, the NASDAQ is right on the bottom of its range and still holding that for the time being. That's a really good question, Grateful American. When am I going to decide to go full time? I think when I am consistently making 2 to 3 times my regular income. Basically like when I can't do both anymore, when it's like my job's getting in the way of trading and I cannot. It'd be stupid not to go full time. That's what I'm waiting for. I definitely don't want to jump the gun too early. I've seen a lot of folks do that, and it be a mistake, because that's a whole different mindset, right? When you every single day you have to put blood on the table, bread on the table. So yeah, I want to put in a couple years of really good numbers that kind of blow my work out of the water, and then I'll go full time. Brant, no, I did not get a trade in yesterday. It was slim pickings, man. And even reviewing the chart, there's like maybe a couple setups that I possibly could have taken, but there was nothing that I was like, oh man, I really should have taken that. It was pretty bad. So if anyone out there struggled yesterday, or found it challenging, you're in good company. Yeah, totally, Brant. That was a brain buster yesterday for sure. Definitely important to take breaks on days like that. I mean, it's important to take breaks anyway, but especially when it's kind of frustrating price action. Price is stubbornly holding the 10K's EMA here. Hey Gary, welcome back. Totally, Hamish. Yep, there's just gonna be some days where patience is the best move. Sitting on your hands is the best move. There's a lot of other days when it's just going to be, especially once we get back into a legitimate bull market where it's just setup after setup, pullbacks to the EMA, second entry longs. It's going to be super straightforward, and you just don't get that all the time. So save your capital for when that happens. Don't waste it on crap days. Will the EMA hold here? This is back and forth battle. Again, I really want us to drop down here, get a nice buy. It's gonna kind of suck if we're just in the middle of the range here. Subscription renewer failure emails from Apex after you convert. I've never experienced that, Brant. Never experienced that. Totally, Toad. Man, yeah, that's so true. The more that you do this, the more you see the same things over and over. I agree, there's been a lot of overnight sessions that look pretty much exactly like this. Nasdaq continuing to hold the bottom of its range. It's looking like it might bounce here eventually. We now have 3.5 minutes till the open. Maybe the opening volatility can take us to the bottom of the range. Balcony's not quite the overnight low, it's pretty close. When I draw ranges, I usually try to get the meat of the bottom. There's a lot of good touches on the body. The overnight low is technically down here, but that gives us an idea of where the central location of support is. We are making progress to the downside though. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Oh, this is looking pretty decent to continue downwards. Morning, Banger. What's going on? FOMC is at 2 p.m. today. That's when it starts. And then there's usually the press conference afterwards. Yeah. So the statement's at 2 and the press conference is at 2:30. So pretty much from, I mean, we'll see how volatile it is today. I don't know, but pretty much from like 2 to 2:45, you want to be cautious. Especially like right at 2 o'clock and right at 2:30, you want to hold off on anything. Sit on those hands. Here we go, baby. Come on, let's move down to a new low. We got 30 seconds till the open. I feel like we're gonna bounce here though. Since we're moving down, open's coming up. I feel like we will probably bounce. Trap the folks who are trying to go short right now. Ten seconds. Here we go. There we go. What did I say? Nice little bounce. The old bouncing trap. Yes, come on, baby. Let's go. Go down to the bottom. Well, we made it this far down. Really would like to see us finish just a couple more points down here, and then we'll look for a buy to set up. Oof, NASDAQ dropping sharply below its range. If the NASDAQ gets a failed breakout, or if it just drags everything down, that could certainly be the case. Alright, so we made it to the bottom here. I do want to see kind of the bodies of the candles right in here in order to play the range. This is kind of floating a little bit. Oh man, if it bounces here with no setup, come on. Well, be sure to like the stream this morning. 2 minutes into the open, FOMC day. I mean, only like the stream if you actually like it, right? Don't lie, okay? Don't be that person. Man, that candle is too big. That was bummer. I was looking to take that if it had finished nice, like right around the bottom here, but that kind of ended too big. I'm not going to risk 14 ticks on that. Could work for sure, but I'm not going to take that risk this morning. I would have been going for 8 ticks here, so I need to get it to 1875 for it to work, which is above the EMA there. Super close. Okay, looks like I would have gotten out right there. So perfect context. That setup made a lot of sense. I just didn't really like how big that bar was. Didn't want to risk that much. Hopefully one of y'all took that and capitalized. Anyone out there get that one? Nice, Grandpa Roger. Good work. I would have taken it if it weren't for just how big the bar was. This wick. If there was no wick there, that'd be a no-brainer. Or if it finished, you know, closed anywhere a little bit lower, no-brainer. I just didn't like the signal bar. All right, we had a chance to bounce and we were headed back down. This might be a little spike in channel going on here. Putting that on just in case. The NASDAQ continuing to work lower. It didn't even really get back in the range, and it has a pretty solid spike in channel as well. So that gives me some more confidence that that might be what we have going on here as well as the NASDAQ. The 10K chart does definitely look like some sort of bearish channel here. Doesn't really look like a spiking channel, just looks like a legit bear channel. But certainly at the bottom of this support. Almost would take a second entry short here. We already have our first entry. Pullback, first entry. This is our second pullback. See how this EMA reacts here. Hey, good morning, Matthew. Chloe Pham, what's up? Good morning. The NASDAQ might have had a little tiny overshoot of the downtrend. Certainly reacting like that so far. A second entry short is somewhat tempting. I don't really like the bottom wick there. Got to be careful of this in a range structure, but so far the EMA has held. Big bounce on the NASDAQ. I would betcha that these are 2 measured legs here. Yep, pretty much a measured leg right to the tick. Maybe we can get a second entry short and then a lower high, confirming that. But if we get too much higher up, I'm just going to delete this little channel, considering we are primarily range structure. That has to be our first assumption, right? And was only thinking of the downtrend because after our bounce at the bottom, the EMA rejected here, but then did not reject here at all. So we might just be working our way back up to the top of the range. I'll keep that on just in case. We could certainly go below the the EMA here. We have our second entry short. At this point we need to push below the EMA and a lower high to consider taking that. The Nasdaq continuing to rise. It's in a short-term bullish channel. I can't even touch that, and actually this is kind of looking like bullish channel as well. On the 10K, it looks like we may have already had our break and new low right here. And bouncing right at the range lows. That would make a lot of sense. Wonder if we can draw. I mean, that's kind of what we have here, right? We have this channel working down, break, new low, and then we're bouncing. Well, this is getting pretty confirmed here. This little bullish trend, so we might actually get a nice little second entry long if we can break the channel here, come down to the EMA. Might look pretty decent. Hey, Big Spark, good morning. Yes, happy Powell Day to you as well. Really enjoying how, I mean, we do have some decent movement for being FOMC day, and I love that our range lows are consistent here. That is a beautiful sign. Gives us hope that we can come up here and take a short off the top. I'm writing, I want to see the prices chop up there for a short because I don't want to see anything too strong, right? If you get too strong of a move up, the possibility that there's continuation is there. I want to see a nice, just choppy move up. If this could like break and get a new high and then come down for a bearish correction, get a new low, and then work its way up again, that's really what we want to see. My failed second entry short wasn't until here, bearish on my chart. But context makes sense, you know, coming off the low of the range, pull back first entry, and then we push above the EMA, second entry, clearly bullish at this point. So yeah, you could look to take the failure there. The context makes a lot of sense. I don't like that signal bar personally. Yeah, totally, Brant. That's a good point too. You'd have to go long right into this midline and look at all that. You don't want to have to fight that kind of resistance. There we go, maybe our first break of this little channel. We have a slight break of the channel right here. See if we can get more of a pullback. And again, I would entertain a second entry long here. Bunch of wicks at the same level here. Broke it as I speak. That's kind of a micro break and new high. But you could definitely widen this a little bit with how strong this move is. Fortunately, this is not what you want to see come to the top of the range. not as great for shorting. Like I said, I want to see prices chop up here. Chop. This is not chop. Keep in mind too that this is the open right here. So on a 5-minute chart, we are only looking bullish. Got 3 stacked green candles. Yeah, I had that too, Gary, but with how strong this is, I'm widening it a little bit. If this is a weaker trend, then I would probably keep a small break like this. But this is a strong move, so I think you need to accommodate for that. Well, this should be interesting. We got a really strong move up to the top of the range. At this point, I'm not really looking for a short when we get up there, unless we can break down here, maybe, you know, tentatively get a new high. It's got to look kind of weak. I don't want us to just charge up to the resistance here like we have been doing. That's a nice little pullback bar though. There's our first entry long. Don't think we're gonna get a second entry long the forms here. We're still quite a ways away from the EMA. I could be wrong, but it seems like it's forming pretty high up here. First entry, maybe we can get a pullback here and a second entry. Got a chance here. We have a little break and new low of this downtrend, so that has played out. Looking for a new high of the uptrend. This is quite strong. So uptrend, break, looking for a new high. Hopefully we can get a second entry long that forms right here. Right on the EMA is looking pretty dang good. Doji bar, can't take that. Maybe we can get one more little tick lower. If we can tick lower here and finish bullish, I like it. It looks like we are going to get our second entry off this doji bar. Maybe get a higher low. Yeah, so there's our second entry long. As you can see, pull back, first entry, pull back, second entry. But can't take it with that doji signal bar. If your signal bar was better than that, I think that's a good trade to take. Not going to take it on that bar. Maybe we can get a higher low right here to confirm the second entry long, and we can take that trade. Another one of those moments where context was looking great. Signal bar did not let us enter. Maybe we'll get a higher low here. Want to see this turn up right here. No dice, no dice. Starting to look like this is our bearish correction channel too. Yeah, I can still consider a higher low. You just may not get that chance. The Nasdaq still on its first entry. It could actually get a second entry long here. What do you bet we're just going to launch up to a new high with no setup? Still got a chance. This could still pull back just a little bit, give us a higher low right around here, and we can take that. Come on, baby. Give us a pullback. Give us a little something here. Nasdaq already reached a new high on that uptrend. Not great here. Still kind of far from the EMA. Okay, this could still work here. I don't want this to be the higher low though. I would rather have the body of the candle at the EMA. Man. I think I might have to risk this higher low. It's pretty high up. But I think context-wise is good. My computer's freezing, of course, so I can't even move my stop. Really need to look into that. There we go. Come on, baby. All right. What the heck do I think is switch? I don't know why that happens. All right, stopped out on the runner. But there we go. Nice trade. We got a trade in the morning on an FOMC day, so that ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yes, it's good to see you all again.
Oh, maybe some of y'all caught that one. Yeah, and we got a new high too, right at the top of the range. Yeah, totally, Matthew. I love it when that happens too. Quick trade, in and out, baby. Well, if you like that trade, like the stream, maybe if you caught it too, that's awesome. I think we are back to green on our challenge account. Look at that. Had the first trade went bad. We worked our way back to green. So now it's all uphill from here. Or all downhill. I never know which one of those to say. It's downhill, you're just coasting, right? Well, so now we have a break and new high. So we might actually get a short up here as well. Yeah, exactly, Johnny, right? Some people use that phrase to mean that, oh, it's all downhill. But hey, look, if I'm riding a bike, downhill's good. Yeah, out of control for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Anyway, we're good to go. We'll stick with that one. Nasdaq continuing to push up here. It is definitively getting a new high for its uptrend. It still has a long way to go to get to the top of the range. So I wonder if that's going to pull ES up even higher. And we could definitely get two legs, right? Like we could get a measured move of this thing. That would make a lot of sense. But we'll just watch and see if this form's okay. Yeah, so this is one of those moves that you do not want to fade, right? If you remember, I'd said I want to see a choppy move up to take a short here. This is not choppy. This is a legitimate move up, break, and a second leg. Don't want to be shorting this. I'm sure Gary wants to be shorting this, but yeah, everyone else, all right. Not all of us can be Gary. Nasdaq about 10 points away from the top of its range. Yeah, I mean, if we do get a nice bearish candle here, like a bearish hammer, we could wait for the lower high and trade that. But this is super strong, so really we ought to be thinking maybe even a wider pattern. So start to toy with this idea here. Okay, we touched the top of the range. Now let's see what happens with the... Sorry, we touched the top of the bullish channel. Let's see what happens with the top of the range. If we can pull back and get any support there. We also might get another second entry long up here. If we can confirm support on the EMA and the top of this range, get a nice second entry long, that could be good. There's our first entry. As you can see from the top here, we have a pullback, first entry. Let's see if we can get one more pullback and confirm support of the EMA and the top of the range. Hey, good morning, Seymour. Not going to take the second entry long if it forms here. A little too high up. Remember that overall, again, you know, always want to zoom out. And this is overall a range structure. So we could definitely just get a move all the way back down. This could be a failed breakout. So you have to be cautious of that. You don't want to jump into a long too quickly. Really needs to be confirmed. This looks to be a break and new low of our downtrend. Bummer, the second entry long is going to form too high. Not touching the EMA, not touching the range, top of the range. Okay, it hasn't triggered yet, so we still got a chance. Okay, there's the second entry long. Definitely some early bulls here. There's our first entry, pullback, second entry. So we might get a double trap right here. Want to see all of these early bulls get stopped out, and then early bears turn into a bearish or a bullish hammer right on the top of the range, and we could buy that. So trapping early longs, trapping early shorts. Double trap setup, that would be nice. Yeah, Johnny, I think, you know, I preach constantly about not having too wide of channels in a range, but to me, this doesn't feel too wide. And again, like oftentimes the wide channels come off really nasty looking price action, you know, something like this that's really choppy, and you know, people are trying to find a wide channel here or something like that. But this is nice, tight, strong price action. Clear move up, break, you know, well, not a break if you're doing the wide channel, but clearly bouncing between the top and the bottom of the channel. So I think it's not out of the question to have this wide channel here. Just judging by the strength of the move. Starting to get a little congested up here. The Nasdaq officially made it to the top of its range too. Yeah, TT. So buy stop limit is once prices reach whatever that level is. And I'll do it way up here. So buy stop limit. When prices reach your level here, it places a limit order at 44.3675. So it acts as a limit order where the buy stop market means when it comes up to here, right when prices touch that, it's just going to place a market order. So you're not guaranteed that fill. You're going to get filled. So that's the difference. I do limit orders for obvious reasons. If you place a market order and things are chugging along, you could get some insane slippage and get filled like a point above or whatever. So yeah, the limit ensures that you get the price you want. Very important for scalping too, because we only have, you know, a point and a half, right, that we're trying to capitalize on. So you don't want any slippage. You don't want to get filled at the same price that you're looking to exit. Well, it looks like that second entry long may be working here, depending on where you got in. But yeah, like Brant's saying, this is definitely helpful for our cause in the wider channel. The fact that we had a breakout here of the range, this is really the chance for us to get below the EMA, start making some progress downward, and that did not happen, right? We're just continuing up here, so that's also a good point, that we do have to be mindful of the measured move right here. So we could definitely make it up to that level, and then maybe that's when we plummet. And also, yeah, I almost forgot, it is FOMC, keep that in mind. So trends on FOMC day are very rare, happened last meeting, but aside from that, you're usually pretty much guaranteed chop until the meeting. Glad that worked out for you, Seymour. You really got to be cautious of that setup. There's honestly not a lot of good things about this. It's very big signal bar, 12 ticks, not close to the EMA, possible fail breakout here that could go back into the range. Again, I'm glad it worked out. I just, you know, don't want to see you try to take that every time and get burnt in the future. So know that it's pretty risky and not high probability. But hey, sometimes you gotta go for those medium probability trades. Toad's all about the medium probability. Never go wrong with the old coin flip. Man, the Nasdaq's just looking nice. This whole time that we've been consolidating, it is just grinding up. Nice looking two-tiered channel all the way from the low of the day. Really nice looking price action. Okay, let's see what happens when we get to our measured move here. And who doesn't want an average life, Toad? You know what I'm talking about? You don't need that exotic life, just, you know, shoot. Medium probability, man. If drawn from the first second entry long signal bar wick, the wider channel has 3 touches on the bottom. Let's take a look-see. Oh yeah, why the heck didn't I have... I don't know why that wasn't from the wick. Really, it shifted on me a little bit. Oh, you're talking about from up here. No, you're not. I don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe way down here. What you mean? Gotcha. Yeah. That could work. Yeah, totally, Seymour. Not trying to knock you, and I don't want to come across as that, but I just don't. I want to see everyone making decisions that are going to be helpful for them in the long run. Not to say that I'm the expert or that I know everything, but you know, there's certain trades that's like, man, I mean, that might not be the best idea long term to take that setup. So anyway, at the end of the day, each one of us has to make our own decisions, right? So all right, now we have a break of our channel. This is where it gets a little bit interesting because we reached our measured move. We're in an overall range structure. We never touched the top of the channel here. So normally you have this move up, you have a break, you're expecting a new high, but here I think also it would totally make sense if we just dropped. So yeah, if we don't hold the top of the range here, I'm pretty much gonna abandon any longs and just look to short, and that's what it looks like is happening. The Nasdaq as well, having a pretty fierce move down, if you will. Oh yes, the Wednesday crude oil. So anyway, given all those reasons I just said, you you know, this was kind of the chance for us to confirm the wider channel right around here. That didn't really happen, so we're going to take that off the chart. Keep the channels tight. It's been working out really well so far today. Got a breakout, expecting a move back into the range. Maybe we can get a second entry short here. Hey, Steve T, what is going on? Good morning. In my description has like all my indicators and time frame and everything. But to answer your question, this EMA here is the 100 period EMA, which is essentially the 20-minute period of the 10,000 tick chart. So kind of the higher time frame EMA to get more of a large idea of bias. That's what that is for. We got our first entry short. Yeah, you bet. You bet. Build second entry long, second entry short coming up, guys. Let's see if we can get this thing. First entry looked really nice. Pullback, first entry short. We want one more pullback to the EMA, and then we can take that second entry short. As Brent mentioned, would also be a failed second entry long. Yeah, the news will likely mess it up. Crude oil inventory is coming out right now. It doesn't always move the market, so sometimes nothing happens. We want to move up here to the EMA. Don't want this to form too low. So hoping for a little move up. Here we go. Yeah, let's see how this forms here. Obviously got to close below the EMA. Want a nice bearish bar. And it could be that it's looking for a new high of that uptrend. Might be legit after all. Looks really good on the NQ actually. The uptrend looked even better than on here. It looks like that's what prices are reaching for. Still have a chance if this really kind of rockets down and closes below the EMA. But only 200 ticks left. Doesn't look like that's happening. So no worries, that's why you wait. Why you don't take first entries, right? I'm sure this had a lot of people entering here. Nice bearish bar after this pretty strong move down. I bet that got a lot of people. We move up to a new high, then we can definitely look towards the short side. There's our second entry short, by the way. Bird way up here, away from the EMA. Don't want to take that. Could actually get a second entry short failure going on here. I don't like how high up it is, and you know, overall range structure, I would favor the short side ultimately, so I don't really like this trade. Even if it finishes nice and green, I'm going to hold off on that. Not a terrible idea, trade-wise, but not for me. Maybe if we get a higher low here, which would also be a mini second entry long, the EMA holds, I would confirm. I guess it's not really going to be a higher low. I'm sure we'll probably tick below this failure here. Probably just a good area to lay off on. This is pretty tempting right here, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mini second entry long. Nice green bar confirming the failed second entry short. 8 ticks of risk. We also have potential short-term trend though. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take this. The uptrend has shown to be pretty valid. This is like a mini second entry long. Bullish bar confirming the failed second entry short. We're gonna try it out. Yeah, the flat EMA is not the best thing in the world, Steve, but got a pretty decent like overall structure here. Context-wise, it makes sense. Always. All right, so we'll see what this does. We might get stopped. That's okay. I think it's worthy of a risk here. Again, had a nice solid uptrend. The top of the range is holding. Had a chance to get some movement back into the range. We pushed above the EMA, failed second entry short. Nice bullish bar supporting that. I think it is a decent setup to take a chance on. Come on, baby. Go get this thing. We can hold above this level. I think we're definitely going to get this, reaching for a new high. At a point so far, just need a few more ticks. Come on, man. Come fill us. Two more ticks. Oh man, bouncing off my order. That is the worst. That is the worst. Come on, tick through, baby. Help us out. Want to see this bar end towards its high. There we go. We're definitely going to get this. Cool. All right, got a runner on. Let's see what this thing can do. I will probably take profit if we get a new high. I don't think I'm going to try to ride this too long. Doesn't seem to me to be a runaway trend day. All right, so here's the question. Do I take profit now or not? I think I'm just gonna trail it pretty tight. So I'm even gonna move up below this bull bar. If this ends bearish, I'm gonna take profits. With the break and new high of the uptrend, I don't want to try to push my luck here too much. overall range day, FOMC, the chance of us having, you know, a runaway bullish trend, again, are pretty slim. All right, move my stop below this. There we go. Okay. 2 nice trades this morning. I think that deserves a smashing of the subscribe button or whatever. Back in the green, right on, Hunter. Good work. Measured move to the tick as well, huh? And, you know, to be honest, I'm kind of hoping we just plummet from here. It would really suck to see this turn into this massive move that I should have held on for. Kind of doubt it. Cool. It's dropping now, so I'm glad I took my profit there. Yeah, I hope everyone sees why that made sense, right? Like overall range structure, you're expecting, you know, this breakout to move down towards the bottom, right? And then you had this really nice move down, and it's like, okay, here we go. We're gonna get some movement towards the range, expecting a second entry short even. And then you get this push above the EMA. That's the clue right here, guys. Had this move down, break of this mini channel, expecting a new low, and then you get a push above the EMA. Like, what? So that's your first clue that, like, okay, we may have something a little bit stronger here. First entry short, second entry short, failure. So you trapped all these shorts, first of all, and then come down again and end bullish above the EMA. That's like a continuation of the second entry short failure. At that point, you're going, okay, we're probably going to push to a new high. So that's why I took the trade. That's what I was thinking context-wise, setup-wise. There you go. And now I would have gotten stopped out break even, so I'm glad I took a little bit of profit on my runner up there. When you're so excited about your trade to take a screenshot to send your buddy, that's when you should sell. Yeah, for sure. I've heard that before. I think that is pretty true most of the time. Oh shoot, did I just do that whole explanation without even showing you the drawing tool? I'm sorry guys, that's terrible. Well, I won't beat a dead horse and run through it again unless I get a bunch of feedback that you guys want that. Grateful American, you had a question earlier. How many accounts do you trade with the copier? I still haven't really decided if I want to disclose that. But I will say you can trade up to 20 funded accounts at the same time. And yes, I do the lifetime performance accounts. It makes more sense. Like if you're going to hold on to them for, you know, more than a couple months, the lifetime makes sense. Otherwise, you're going to end up paying a lot in the long run. And especially like I think it helps with the mindset too, right? Like if you're paying a monthly data fee for your funded account, you're gonna feel that like, okay, I gotta make that up. Like I gotta get some trades, gotta, you know, and that's really not good for the mindset. So the lifetime, for me at least, it's like, okay, got this. I don't have to rush it. Like I can take my time. I like to leave as much buffer as possible, Johnny. Some people get a payout like right when they reach that threshold. I don't think that's a good idea. Because I mean the already you have to deal with that drawdown, right? So like why when you get more drawdown, that should be like, okay, I am gonna continue to build upon that, and even start to size up a little bit. So yeah, I don't think you should get a payout right away unless it's like Apex allows $500 payouts. I think that's reasonable. If you've gotten up past the threshold a little bit, you know, get a little bit of compensation for your work, but I would favor really building that drawdown. On the copier, do you do the same number of contracts across accounts? Mostly. I do have several accounts that I just trade micros in. It's the same number of contracts, but in micros. And I like to do that, especially with newer accounts, like just kind of gradually build it up. Don't want to swing for the fences right away. Johnny, personally, I mean, look, the amount of cushion you leave in your accounts really depends a lot upon, you know, your win rate, how much you're risking per trade. Like you just, you know, want to make sure that you have enough personally so you can take several losses and not worry about blowing anything up. So, you know, personally, I like to have like 5K of buffer. Why do you prefer buy stop limit than buy limit? Like, why do I prefer a buy stop over a buy limit? Is that what you're asking, TT? Yes. Yeah, Grateful. You can definitely set it up that way. You can do all sorts of things with it, like a ratio, a percentage. Yeah, totally. So you could do 1 ES in the leader, and at the same click of the button, when you're taking that 1 ES, it'll copy 5 MES in the second account. So yeah, you can definitely set it up like that. Crazy, we had a break and new high here, and still EMA is holding. Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't know Replicanto had a free trial. That's pretty cool. Hey, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. That's definitely the goal, man. I don't like all the nonsense. I just don't have the energy to keep up what some of these guys are doing. You're like, oh man, we're gonna make some money today. Smash that subscribe. Come on, guy. Like, I just can't do that, man. I'm on Pacific time, dude. It's like I start at 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? I don't have that kind of energy. Ooh, this is a nice little second entry long here. Personally gonna hold off. We already have the break and new high. I'm already 2 trades deep, so I don't want to just risk stuff for no reason. Not enough context. Yeah, exactly. Context was really supporting me in the last couple trades. This one, not so much. It'd be risky. You have this channel, break, new high. We can expect a larger correction at this point. The Nasdaq looking a little bit more bullish on this. EMA is still holding here too. So interesting. Maybe we push up yet again. We'll find out. This would be the second entry long. Again, I don't think you have context on your side, but locally it looks pretty decent, right? If this were to finish green above the EMA and you were just looking at kind of this area, it would look decent. But again, like overall bias, overall context, this is a good time to hold off for a bit. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It's good having you along. I appreciate all your contributions to the chat. See, look at that. Like locally, this looks like a really good second entry long, and it might work out just fine. I just don't like the overall context, so I'm not going to risk it. Even though, as they do say, sometimes you do need to risk it for the biscuit. Just not today. And that's why you could get this failure here. All of a sudden, anyone who took that second entry long sweating a little bit. Yeah, there you go. That would have failed out. So that's why you wait on that stuff, man. All right, well, at this point, guys, again, it would be prudent to wait a little bit to see what's going to happen. We've already had, you know, an hour and a half of regular trading, starting to chop around at the high. This is when I think you're gonna start to settle into some pre-FOMC chop zone. If you have any gains on the morning, now's the time to hold on to those. Don't give them back. There might be some good action after the after the meeting. But leading up to it, man, it's likely going to be a chop fest. Grateful American, yeah, I totally take trades pre-market if they set up. Yeah, since futures trade all the time, really from like, sorry, trying to do the conversion in my head here. I mean, really from like 7 o'clock Eastern time, there you can find some setups for sure. Stuff's moving enough. So yeah, I haven't had a trade pre-market in a while. Hasn't set up recently, but oftentimes there are a couple trades before the market opens. And I start at 9 a.m. so if anything happens then, I'm here to catch it with you guys. But anyway, you know, we already had this move up. Already had the break and new high. Overall range day. Now expecting probably a gradual kind of choppy move lower. So you can look for shorts. Possibility of a good second entry short at the EMA. But yeah, other than that, guys, conserve your capital today. Wait until after FOMC. And I think I'm gonna get going for the day. So appreciate everyone. It's been a good stream. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Happy trading. Later, everyone.